Remember Michael Jackson was that way too? Virgos are lazy. The only Virgo I know that works is that goddamn Beyonce. And I told you that's because she with a Sagittarian man that works her like a horse. Get up, girl. We got gambling debts to pay.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down.
So, Roro is in this little basket thing. He be wearing me out. Lulu sitting on my lap. So if randomly you hear some squeals or some snores, it's not me. It's these damn dogs. I'm exhausted. But let's get to this, okay? This is Carmen Bryan. It's no secret. Nas to Jay-Z. From seduction to scandal. A hip-hop Helen of Troy. Some weekends, Nas and I took a train ride to visit his musician father, Olu Dara. Olu had all but abandoned Nas when he was in grade school. Olu was a little sanctimonious and would dole out advice like an old sage. During one visit, he discussed dating and relationships. Until a person is married, they should be free to see and date who they want, Olu said. Now that I'm in a relationship, a marriage, where I have a partner, okay? Having a partner is way different from having a dude or a bitch or a boyfriend, girlfriend. It can be somewhat committed when you have a live-in, but still when you have a live-in, you can still walk away from the person. I met this guy. We went to college together, but I didn't really take him serious because he had like a drinking problem, right? He was cool to hang out with until the ninja started drinking. Then I was like, oh, he is a lunchbox, because he was a horrible drunk, a disrespectful drunk. He had said to me that nobody's committed to anyone until you're married or engaged. Why would you say that? Or why would you think that? That's not really reality, but in reality it is. Anytime you can leave a marriage, but when there's a true partnership and you all have business together, you're not going to be able to just walk away from your business. Then I was delusional, Then I believed that a boyfriend deserved all the accolades of being in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. That's not true. Because what you put into a marriage, a boyfriend don't deserve. Women, especially you. Sometimes you're making sacrifices for dudes who have not committed to you. And I'm sure women that have been married for years, they would agree. The relationships, when you look back on where you was just boyfriend and girlfriend, definitely did not deserve or merit the sacrifices you make in a marriage. His resemblance to Nas was uncanny. He possessed the same caramel complexion and sharp features. Olu was a little taller than Nas, though, which gave his words a paternal edge. He looked at both of us and spoke emphatically. The only time two people are obliged to be committed is when they are married. Goes for a man or a woman. In other words, if you're not married, it's cool to do your thing. Nas nodded in agreement. Even when married, Olu was unfaithful. According to Mrs. Jones, she had told me plenty about Olu and his women. The rootless lifestyle that ruined their marriage and family. Probably ruined other families too. She'd add Riley. She said she had always suspected that Olu fathered other women's children while they were married. While Olu talked, Nas continued nodding heartily, like he was testifying to some biblical truth. Watching him, I remembered another truism. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Little did Nas know he would live to embody that theory. So I must admit, my favorite Nas song, actually it could be the favorite, is Bridge the Gap with him and his father. That mother hunchy cranks. I think I love the collaboration between blues and hip hop. Matter of fact, I always seem to like that collaboration. Jay-Z had this song, is it OJ? I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Doja Cat's the theme from Elvis. I love it. It's just something about that fusion between hip hop and blues that sends me to the moon that I love. I'm trying to think of another one. I think Outkast did a few too. What was your favorite hip hop song that was fused with blues? October, I woke up feeling nauseous one morning. When the nausea returned the following morning as well, I was pretty sure of the cause. I told Nas I might be pregnant. You ninjas don't use contraception at all? Can I tell you something? Nas confessed. I got you pregnant on purpose so we could be bonded for life. I just can't lose you. Ever. Okay. They just get women pregnant every day. That's the lick, to get some girl that is accomplished or doing her thing pregnant. That's a lick for ninjas. Some women may have felt trapped by his maneuver. Exactly. Believe me, I'd later question his motives. Okay. All right. But at the time, I thought it was romantic. Nas would do anything in his power to ensure we stayed together.
When a man ain't got nowhere to stay, he's staying with his family. When he come over your house, he gonna make you feel so good, make you feel so special every day, bringing flowers and champagne, cooking dinner, cause he trying to make you think he a winner when he the whole time he a bum.
We celebrated at Sylvia's Soul Food Restaurant in Harlem with Nas's friend AZ and AZ's girlfriend. AZ was also an aspiring rapper, and they had collaborated on a song for Nas's debut album, Life's a Bitch. Nas ordered a bottle of champagne. To life, love, happiness, and my daughter on the way, he toasted. Too bad I can only have a sip, I laughed. How do you know it's a girl, AZ asked. We both just have a feeling, I said. The only hard part would be telling our parents, particularly Shasha, who wouldn't likely see the romance in my pregnancy. Our home phone was disconnected. Your home phone is disconnected and you finna have a baby? Get the fugazi out my face, girl. Why is it that people don't get it? Yesterday, y'all had to pull out the hamburger that was in the back of the freezer that's been there for 2 years. Y'all ain't even had a bread. Y'all just had to eat burgers. And y'all want to have a baby. To me, it's not fair to the child. When you know you're not financially capable of taking care of the child, it's not fair. You bringing a child in this earth knowing that you're going to have a struggle with buying them shoes, knowing that you're going to have to lug that child down to the social services office to be able to get food stamps to feed them. It's just not fair. Our home phone was disconnected, so we went down to the phone booth to call Shasha. Nas broke the news while I leaned close and placed my ear near the receiver, straining to hear her response. By the time he handed me the phone, my heart was stuck in my throat. My hello came out as a whisper. I want to talk to you later in private. Shasha's voice was smooth and stern. Make sure you call me at work first thing in the morning. We're going to have a long talk. what's her name? Carmen avoided that phone call as long as possible because you don't want to hear that. She already know it's messed up. When you know it's messed up, you might want to reconsider. Matter of fact, no, take it back. You might want to consider prophylactics. Okay? It's crazy to me how people, just take having children so slow. Damn! Woke this damn dog up. Now I got to deal with this crazy dog. Shit. I waited until the next weekend to talk to Shasha, sparing myself the inevitable. You're too young to have a baby speech. To me, y'all know I was born to a 15-year-old. She got pregnant at 14, had me at 15. I think it's your drive that makes a difference. And your family support. When I finally arrived at my grandmother's, she and Shasha solemnly guided me over to the kitchen table and sat down across from me. I felt like a disobedient squaw brought before the tribal elders. Shasha did the talking. Listen, you are grown, she said. We all know that no matter what advice we give you, you are going to do what you want to do, regardless. So all I am saying to you is, if things don't work out with you and Nas, you can always come home. That's refreshing. And you and the baby will be taken care of. Don't think for a second that you are stuck. Okay, I like that. Shasha took Nas and me to IHOP for a brunch celebration over blueberry pancakes. Nas and I chatted happily about our baby on the way. Shasha, did I tell you what we're going to name her? It was Nas's idea. How do you know it's a girl? Shasha asked. We just do, Nas said. Shasha joined the conversation but didn't quite give herself over to our exuberance. I could sense she still lacked confidence in Nas. Mothers be knowing. You know why? Because they made mistakes. They can see the bullshit. Just like when we read these books and us as older women, we can reflect back on the mistakes that we made in the past. We be having the knowledge because we know. We don't want to see our children fail like I got children. These goddamn dogs is my children. I can't believe now that me and my wife are a lesbian couple with dog children. We have fell into the stereotypes. As older women, we just know. And we can see the bullshit. We are excited when it doesn't turn out to our negative experience, but we're disappointed when we see young women go through the same thing. A brand new start in a lovely and humble abode. Nas and I had finally moved into our new garden-style apartment. I was getting closer and closer to my due date, and it was time to move. A couple weekends of apartment hunting with Shasha turned up a place in Karam, I don't know, Long Island. It was a beautiful family-oriented community an hour from the city. Shasha insisted on calling it a hamlet. The apartment had one huge bedroom, a living room, dining room, and a balcony. Simple but luxurious. I had saved most of my earnings while living with Mrs. Jones so that took care of the deposit for our new home. Nas and I moved in on the 1st of October. Soon after we moved, Nas's publishing deal finally went through, bringing in enough money for furniture. Girl, fuck that furniture. Our Thanksgiving morale at Def Jam was at an all-time low. I planned a company Thanksgiving dinner, hoping to restore our spirits and reestablish a sense of family in the office. This was a great idea, Carm, Lear said. Or Lear. I think y'all told me Lear. Lear said, thanks, the pleasure was all mine. So how you feeling? Leah's girlfriend was pregnant as well. So he was especially thoughtful about checking in on my health. I'm fine, I said. And Nas, how he's coming along with that new record? Leah asked. It's still coming along. By then, I was used to people being all hot and bothered about Nas's debut album. Sometimes it seemed all of New York City was in a fever of anticipation. Everyone assumed perfection was delaying Nas's album. Though I hated to admit it, in my view, Nas was simply relaxed to the point of apathy about going into the studio. No, it's called lazy. Virgos are lazy. Remember Michael Jackson was that way too? Virgos are lazy. The only Virgo I know that works to death is that goddamn Beyonce. And I told you that's because she with a Sagittarian man that works her like a horse. Get up, girl. We got gambling debts to pay. When we were living in Queensbridge, I'd get calls from Faith Newman, Nas's A&R at Columbia. Please get him to the studio, Carm. Although there was a huge air of excitement hovering over Nas, he really wasn't focused. I supported Nas's career, but it was not on my priority list. I was focused on being a new mother. By February, my long hours at Def Jam were taking their toll on me.
Oh,